Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Conwell-Egan. My name is Matt Sheridan. I'll be joined shortly by Ed Lar, doing primarily camera, but he'll be on some color today, as it's just us today. But tonight we got a special matchup. It is Conwell-Egan versus St. Huberts in senior night tonight. So very memorable night for all these players, especially on the Conwell-Egan side. The seniors for Conwell-Egan include Avery Kenworthy, Ange Pandolfi, Deanna Porter, Grace Bellardo, Lauren Berard, Jess Naffey, and Caitlin Lahr. All of them in the starting lineup today. Caitlin Lahr will start on the mound as Conwell-Egan is taking on St. Huberts. Fun fact about last time Conwell-Egan played St. Huberts was my first broadcast, and they got the win that day. So let's hope that brings them some luck. For Conwell-Egan, it will be Caitlin Lahr on the mound, and last start, she was very dominant. She only gave up one run. I believe it was around 5 innings of work. She was very efficient. Can't even blame that one run on her. So let's hope that 1-2 punch of her and Lauren Berard will get Egan the win here today and pay off. She was, like I said, excellent. She got pulled. Lauren Berard came in behind her. Lauren Berard was also excellent. Shut down that Carroll offense. And Carroll was a team that, to be quite honest, I was expecting they were going to be Conwell-Egan. So St. Hubert's definitely a little lower in the standings, a bit more even with Conwell-Egan. We'll see how these two teams match up. So we will wait for the teams to get on the field, and I will be back with Ed Lar for this coverage of Conwell-Egan's senior night. All right, so as we see Conwell-Egan take the field here, I'm now joined by Ed. Ed, you were on the field there getting some pictures for senior night. Sister, that pitcher, Caitlin Lahr. What was the vibe down there in the dugout?
The team seemed pretty alive out there. They seemed pretty eager and ready to go win their senior night.
Yeah, definitely a good feeling going out there for senior night. I remember my senior night for hockey. I was pretty hyped up for that. So let's hope they get that win. Starting lineup pretty much same as always. We got Caitlin Lahr on the mound, Aubrey Lascala behind the plate, Deanna Porter at first, Ange Pandolfi at second, Grace Kelly at short. Think Jess Nappy's out there at third. Can't really tell from back here in the football booth again. Grace Bellardo will be in left, Peyton Kenworthy in right, and Avery Kenworthy in center. You see that senior stacked lineup out there today. And one player to highlight today is Jess Nappy. She was not in the starting lineup last game against Carroll, benched for Danny Keener, and she actually came up in the bottom of the seventh inning and got the walk-off single that won the game. So great to see her bounce back after some not sharp defense. I don't want to be too hard on her. Third base is pretty hard to play, but she wasn't looking too sharp over there at third. But she came out, got her head right, able to get that walk-off hit. That's all you can ask of her. So good on her to do that. Now she's back in the starting lineup for her senior night. So first to lead off will be Bovit, the pitcher for Huberts. Pretty solid pitcher, so good pitcher-pitcher duel to start this game. Bovit will step in the box. Lars steps on the rubber, and away we go. First pitch from Lar is down and inside. It'll be ball one. Next pitch is outside for a ball. It'll be 2-0 to start. And something we saw of Caitlin Lar last game was really getting in front of hitters and starting off really well. So finds herself in a 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 hole here. Excuse me. See what you can do here. It popped up. Now out of play. And it'll be 2-1. 2-1 pitch now from Lar to Bovit. Swing and a miss, strike two. So down in that 0-2 hole, gets herself out, evens it up 2-2. See if she can win this battle here. 2-2 coming home from Lar. Bovit whacks it foul, and we'll stay at 2-2. Another 2-2 from Lar to Bovit, and it is low for ball three. So 2-0 pitch will 2-0 count to start the at bat will work up to 3-2, and pretty good at bat to start this game as Lar's ready with that 3-2. Inside, trying to get her to chase, and Bovit will draw a leadoff walk. So not the way you want to start. Let's hope Egan can bounce back with Rocks up next, the right fielder.
Yeah, Caitlin's certainly in a position today for a lot of stress and pressure. I mean, being a senior and having it be your senior night, we got a lot of tension on the mound, a lot of pressure to do good tonight. So let's just hope that happens.
Rocks bunts that first pitch foul. Lascala was on top of that, but both runners probably would have been safe as Council earned one. And yeah, you make a good point there, Ed, talking about that stress and seeing how she can deal with that. Egan didn't start the year off great in a bit of a hole, but they've gotten hotter recently. They've picked it up. So there's the stress of you want to perform on your senior night and also just standings and general things like that. So let's see how she handles stress. She handled it good yesterday. And the 0-1 pitch is hit to Pandolfi. She will go to first, get that first runner. And we got one out, and Bovit will advance to second. Next batter due up is Staublin, the left fielder. Excuse me. Yes, the third baseman, excuse me. Runner at second, one out for Staublin. First pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1, left-handed bat. Pitch is low and inside. Big lead off there at second for Bovit, trying to force a throwaway or something over her way. Try to advance to third, get that first run at home. Now 1-1 pitch home is right there for strike two. So 1-2 count now. Laura ahead. See if she can get that strikeout. Here we go. 1-2 from Lar. Swing and a miss. She got her. Good pitch there by Caitlin Lar. Gets that swinging strikeout. We got 2 outs now, and looking to leave Bovit stranded out there at second. Keep that run off the board for Bennett, the first baseman, excuse me, coming up the plate. Back to a right-handed bat versus a right-handed pitcher. First pitch is right there for strike one. 1-1 pitch, or excuse me, 0-1 pitch. Scoreboard's a little off here. Popped up. Pandolfi has got it. And Conwell-Egan, bit of a shaky start with that walk to start off, but good rebound there. Gets 3 straight outs, and we will go to the bottom of the first. See what Conwell-Egan can do to start their senior night on the bats. Back here at Conwell-Egan, Huberts went down 1, 2, 3, 4 in their half of the first. It will be Avery Kenworthy leading it off for Conwell-Egan. First pitch from Bovit is sent the other way, and it is going to fall fair. Kenworthy's going to take that turn to second base. She's going to dig for third, and she's in there with a stand-up triple to start the game. So, Ed, you're talking about stress on your senior night. Does not apply to Avery Kenworthy as she knocks it the opposite way for a triple. Actually, it'll be a double. Looks like the ball rolled out of play there, but First pitch swing, and she gets on base. Leadoff double.
Yeah, she did a great job with that hit right out to the left corner of the field. That's a really good spot right there.
Now here's the first pitch to Pandolfi, another senior, takes strike one. Lineup pretty much the same as always. We got Kenworthy, Pandolfi, Porter, first three, as Bovit will come up to the rubber. Come home. It's not there for ball one. So it'll be Kenworthy, Pandolfi, Porter to start first three. Then Grace Pillardo, Aubrey Lascala, Lauren Berard, DH, Jess Naffy, Grace Kelly, and Peyton Kenworthy to finish it off. Now, Kenworthy rips it down the same side. That one will fall foul, but that one could have been a lot of trouble if she was straightening that one out. So count will go to 1-2. Avery Kenworthy sitting there at second base after that leadoff double. Next pitch from Bovit is outside. Secondary lead there by Kenworthy. It'll go to 2-2. 2-2 pitch is fouled back. We'll stay 2-2. Bovit ready for another 2-2 pitch. And Dolphy knocks it. It'll go to the wall. She'll pull into second. Kenworthy scores. And back-to-back doubles for Conwell-Egan puts them up 1-0. So great way to start that senior night. First pitch to Deanna Porter looked a bit inside there, but called a strike. So 2 batters, 2 hits, 2 doubles, and a run scored. Wouldn't really have that start any other way, right, Ed?
Yeah, we got some important early action out there. We seem to find a nice sweet spot out in left field. As we saw, there was uh there was two doubles. So really, really important for the Eagles to win this game.
Yeah, definitely a great start. And we saw last game against Carroll as Porter strikes out there. Next up, Grace Bilardo. How important runs are. You saw Egan had both teams had quite a couple opportunities to capitalize. It didn't. So important that Egan gets that first run home and puts some stress on the Huberts offense as that first pitch from Bovit to Bilardo was upstairs for ball one. Next pitch swung on and missed for strike one. So Bovit will even that count up with that swing and miss pitch there. Next pitch swung on and missed again. So there's strike two. Let's see if Bilardo can stay alive here, get on base. Hopefully, at least advance Pandolfi over there at second. Don't want to leave any runners in scoring position. And she'll pop this one up behind the plate. Catcher gives it a look. It's out of play. Do it again at 1-2. Next pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. So after those back-to-back doubles and giving up the run, Bovit strikes out the next 2 batters. And that will bring up the catcher, Aubrey Lascala. She had one of the runs for Egan yesterday. She walked, stole a base, got to third on a pass ball, and then eventually scored on a pass ball. So good base running there from her. A bit of a debate there between me and Connor on some of the things she did in her base running, but none of that mattered. She ended up scoring the run, and she will take the first pitch for a ball. Start 1-0. Next pitch is low for ball 2. 2-0 coming home from Bovit. It's upstairs, gets it to 3-0. So big opportunity for La Scala to put some pressure on Bovit and hopefully get on base here to keep this first inning going. Bottom of the first, 2 outs, Egan up 1-0 already. Next pitch is right there for strike 1, so Bovit gets one back. It'll go 3-1. 3-1 is well upstairs, and La Scala will walk. So now we got first and second. Pandolfi over there at second. La Scala at first. And DH Lauren Berard coming up. She had a couple big swings in her last game. Had a double. Got her in scoring position for Jess Nappy, the eventual walk-off. Also had a double earlier in the game, too, as first pitch from Bovit is upstairs for ball 1. One 0 pitch. Bovit coming set. It is upstairs and outside for ball 2. So Bovit now had a bit of a groove with those back-to-back strikeouts. Now fall behind them here. See if Lauren Berard can take advantage. See if she leaves one over the middle here. 2-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Gets back in the count. 2-1. Bovit stepping up to the plate, coming set again. Pitch is right on that corner, 2-2. So fell behind 2-0, got back 2-2. Let's see if Berard can get something in play here to extend this Egan lead, give him a little bit of a padding for the rest of the game. She'll drive it down the line and it'll just go foul. Good of her to stay on that ball. And we'll do 2-2 again. Next pitch. Upstairs goes to 3-2. Umpire steps out from behind the plate. Not sure that was about, but pitches a ball, and we got another 3-2 count. Big spot for Bovit and Berard. Here's that 3-2 pitch. Lined into left field, just foul. Not a great angle of that line up here, but that one looked like it was right there. Definitely a foul ball, though, but just a little off on her timing as Berard. Would have been huge to get that ball down. La Scala does have good speed at first. She might have scored. Now we'll do that 3-2 pitch again. It is right there for a called strike 3. So Bovit gets out of that jam with only giving up one run, but back-to-back doubles by Avery Kenworthy and Ange Pandolfi. Got Conwell-Egan on the board first. We'll go to the top of the second. Caitlin Lahr looking to shut them down on the mound. Next batter for St. Huberts is Peacock, the center fielder. First pitch from Lar was a strike in their 0-1. Next pitch is also a strike, 0-2. So first couple batters, Lar got a little behind in the count. Now she's picking it up and starts 0-2 to Peacock. Let's see if she can get that strikeout here. 0-2 is outside, trying to get her with a breaking ball outside, but Peacock doesn't bite, and it will go to 1-2. 1-2 pitch coming home is upstairs. Count evens 2-2. Oh, coming home. 2-2 pitch is grounded to Kelly, and it gets faster into left field. Bellardo will get that one in quickly. Saw coming up charging on that ball there. Got a flashbacks of Connor Landau's 8-3 putout yesterday. Shout out to him on that one. That was pretty impressive. Never quite seen anything like that. But Peacock will get on by single there, and she'll be at first for the next batter. Count 0-1 to the next batter, Hellrith. Squares the bunt, gets it down. It'll go right back to Lars. She will get the out at first. So good awareness there by Lard to know right where to go with that ball. Gets the bunted batter at first, but Hellrith succeeds in the sacrifice and pushes Peacock over to second for the next batter, Cole, the second baseman. Another right-handed bat, Cole, steps in. Runner at second, 1 out. Pop it foul. Count starts 0-1, another first pitch strike. Next pitch, 0-1, is popped foul. Again, count will go to 0-2 now. So Lar looking pretty sharp here this second inning, getting first pitch strikes on. Now just got to watch that runner over there at second. Peacock, make sure she doesn't get too far. Next pitch outside. Peacock good secondary lead there, but Muscala doesn't throw. Count will go to 1-2 after 2 foul balls by Cole in the box. Next pitch is tapped to third. Naffy's got it, but it's a foul ball. Mentioned some of her defensive struggles in a couple of broadcasts. That was a very good play to stay on that ball. It was foul anyway, doesn't matter, but still able to keep her glove on it and get over.
Yeah, hopefully she can keep up that quick action throughout this whole game, so we can keep ahead scoring.
Drop third strike there. They will secure the out at first, so Caitlin Lar gets another out and gets a strikeout to her credit. We'll get 2 outs here as that runner did advance over to third. Just got to be careful of her. As the next batter coming up is Bonner for Huberts. First pitch to Bonner is in there for a strike. A 1 pitch is upstairs, tried to go to that riser. One one is outside for ball 2. Laurel step up now. That 2-1 pitch coming home is driven back up the middle to get by Pandolfi, and a run will score. So first run of the day for Huberts. They'll tie it up at 1, and there's an RBI for Bonner with Black coming up. Good effort there by Pandolfi on that dive, just a little too far to her right. And now Caitlin Lars got to get this last out here to get out of the inning.
We can see some of that eagerness out in the field right now. Even though they're coming up a little bit short, we still see a lot of action, especially from our shortstop and second baseman. They seem to be diving for a lot of these balls.
Yeah, that is a good point. Always playing with energy out there, especially highlight there, Grace Kelly. We've seen her dive all over the field. Pretty much nothing's gotten past her if it's been in her range. So always playing with energy, something good to see there. She's also one of those younger players that's going to be here for a while. So good to see a bright future for Egan as that next pitch is low for a ball. Count will go to 3-0 now. Are going to get a strike here. Don't want to walk someone with 2 outs. Pitch is in there for strike 1. She does just that. Gets back in the count, 3-1. Black ready in the box, and Lard coming home with the 3-1. It's grounded past Kelly into left. So that one probably not in her diving range, and it'll leak into left field. And this is where Caitlin Lard's got to be a little careful. She still has 2 outs, so just getting out anywhere, the inning's over, but can't be giving up too much here. Already given up the lead, tied 1-1 now. Can't give up too much as Stevens, the number 9 hitter, will come to the plate. She'll flare it into right. It's going to fall. Kenworthy up, throwing home, and it won't matter. A run will score. And Huberts has taken a 2-1 lead here against Conwell-Egan with 2 runs in this inning. Now a little meeting on the mound trying to get Caitlin Lar back in the game here. Correction there, that was actually Bovit with that RBI. Stevens is the flex player, not hitting. So Bovit gets that one into center for the RBI, and Rocks now will come to bat with man on third and first on the corners here, trying to put more runs on Caitlin Lar, trying to shut it down. First pitch, swing and a miss. Throw it out to second is in front of the bag. Dolphy cut that off well in front of Bovit, who is off and running there. And count is 0-1.
With 2 outs right now, hopefully we can just get some easy, quick out, any base right now.
Any base, any strikeout, hopefully, as Caitlin Lar throws another strike there, count to 0-2. And now you're only looking for that last strike. You don't want to do too much. You just want to get your team back to the bats as Egan's offense looked pretty sharp there in that first inning. Let's see if they will be able to replicate that when they get back. Here's that 0-2 pitch. Outside, try to get her to chase. No go. Count 1-2. 1-2 is tapped to third. Nappy has it, and it is called foul. Bit of a late foul call by the umpire there, but probably the right call there. But another good field there by Nappy. Looking good at third base so far. Do the 1-2 pitch again. 2 rocks. Upstairs, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second, Huberts up 2-1. Popped foul. We'll do that 2-2 pitch again. Laura trying to get out of the inning with runners on second and third. Oh, just missed there. I really thought that was a strike. I thought that was called earlier in the game. But now the count will go to 3-2. And dear Laura, you cannot walk her here. You need to get the out. Same time, you can't leave one over the plate. Difficult situation. And that 3-2 pitch. Tapper, Kelly charges, throws to first, and Porter couldn't hold on. It'll leak behind her, and a run will score. Actually, 2 runs score. And now Huberts will take a 4-1 lead. Throw was a little bit low, but manageable for Deanna Porter, and she just couldn't hold on to it. And that error will result in 2 runs home. And now Stovlin will come up to the plate.
Wow, that's just something you really cannot afford. Certainly now with we have like full count right there. I mean, easy out, but all we can do now is just shake it off and hopefully bounce back.
Obviously, those 2 runs will go unearned to Caitlin Lars. She did a good job getting that ground ball. Just infield couldn't finish the play. Now she's got 0-1 to Stovlin here, trying to get her out. Swing and a miss, strike 2. She's had a couple 0-2 counts. She's then fallen behind 3-2. See if she can actually finish the job here. It'd be really nice to see her get out in only a pitch or 2. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. So Caitlin Lar able to bear down, get that last out with the strikeout. But Egan's offense got their work cut out for them. Let's see what they can do in the bottom of the second. 4-run inning for Huberts as they take the lead 4-1. locked in. Bovett will go back out for another inning of work. First pitch was fouled back to Naffy. Had that walk-off single, her last plate appearance, last game off the bench. Tough situation as a pinch hitter, but able to get the job done as the next pitch is served over the glove of the second baseman, and Jess Naffy is aboard with no one out as the leadoff batter. So good way to follow up that walk-off single.
It seems Jess Naffy is on fire today. We had those, well, we had that one pretty good play last inning, I believe.
Yeah, she's made a couple good stops over there first. Third, excuse me. As now Grace Kelly will bunt. Foul, shortstop. Guess count 0-1. Bovett set. 0-1 pitch coming. Kelly squares the bunt again, pulls it back. One pitch. Kelly once again pulls it back. Count 2-1 now.
We see Grace Kelly out there with playing some good small ball out there. You know, throwing a lot of bunts out. We see that again right now.
Yeah, she gets it down, trying to get over to first. She does not, but sacrifice is successful. So good situational hitting, and uh, Huberts last inning started with a sacrifice bunt. So let's see if Egan can replicate that with now the number 9 hitter Peyton Kenworthy coming up, right fielder. First pitch from Bovett is outside for a ball. Naffy, big secondary lead. Next pitch is out there for a ball, so 2-0 now to Kenworthy. Next pitch, outside again, so Bovett puts the count 3-0 to Peyton Kenworthy and get her and Naffy on for the top of the order. That did some damage against Bovett last inning. Let's see how this plays out. Looking good for Conwell-Egan so far with only one out. Now that 3-0 pitch is in there for strike one. So seeing these pitchers, when they get behind, they're able to get right back in the count with one pitch. And both Bovett and Lar have been good at doing that. Now 3-1 pitch will come. Kenworthy bunts it other side. She's got speed and she's going to get to first. So even better than a walk, Naffy will advance to third. Peyton Kenworthy pulling a bunt out of pretty much nowhere, surprised that third baseman. And now we got first and third for Avery Kenworthy, who doubled her last time up.
So a little bit of hesitation there from the third baseman, deciding whether to throw right to first to get that easy out, or to go right to third, and that is what Egan really needed right there to get two runners on base. Hopefully they can get brought home by either Kenworthy or hopefully Pandolfi.
Yeah, bit of a trick play there to pull the bunt out of an at bat that Peyton Kenworthy looked like she was just going to take the walk. And we got Avery Kenworthy behind or ahead in the count 2-0 already. Pitch from Bovett upstairs again. So back-to-back 3-0 counts to start the at bat from Bovett. And you can also see Peyton Kenworthy over there at second base. She stole it, no throw down. So now two runners in scoring position, and Egan cannot let this opportunity go to waste here. as the 3-0 pitch to Avery Kenworthy now from Bovit. Right there for strike one. So again, able to get back to the count. Highly doubt Avery Kenworthy is going to lay down a bunt, especially after that last at bat. Let's see if she's able to put this ball in play here. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Bovik. Completely fooled Kenworthy. And now we're up to 3-2 full count. And it's very important for Kenworthy to at least get on base here, or at least get a run home too. Sac fly works as well. But ideally, you want to get on base and get a run home. 3-2 is there for a called strike three. Looked a bit outside there. I'm sure I completely agree with that, but Kenworthy down looking, and now Ange Pandolfi, she too had a double her last at bat, so 2 outs, runners taken off. You hope a double scores two, maybe even a single scores two, depending on where it's hit. First pitch from Bovit upstairs, ball one. One zero is popped foul. Good swing on that one, evens the count at 1-1. One pitch from Bovit to Pandolfi is upstairs for ball two, 2-1. Pandolfi drives this one into left center, and it's run down by the center fielder. So very unfortunate turn of events there for Conwell-Egan. They started off pretty good, looking pretty good, and just left 2 runners in scoring position. So only the bottom of the second. Hopefully they can keep the offense going. We go to the bottom of the third, but right now top of the third with Huberts leading 4-1. Caitlin Lard back out for another inning of work. First pitch there is a strike. Starts the count 0-1 to Bennett, the first baseman. Next pitch also in there for strike two. Next pitch is upstairs for a ball. Counts a 1-2.
Seems we had a little bit of a pitching change here in between innings. Now up to the mound, we have Lauren Berard. Caitlin was getting up to about 50 or so pitches.
Berard able to generate that ground ball out. Good play there by Pandolfi and Porter to hold that one. Good bounce back, not keeping that last play in her head. Short memory, always something you want to see. As Berard's now got one out, and yeah, Caitlin's pitch count was getting up there a little bit. Unfortunate because that last thing, she wasn't doing a terrible job, but sometimes you just gotta watch your pitch count. And there's another routine grab ball to Kelly, who threw it a bit to the side, gets by Porter, and runner will pull into second on the pass ball. That is Peacock, and now Berard, who looked to have two easy outs, now has one out and runner in scoring position at second. Not much Porter could do about that ball. Kelly fielded it cleanly, just didn't get a great throw off.
You seem to have like a lot of pressure on the pitcher, but what we tend to not focus on is what's going on in the outfield because a pitcher is only as strong as the fielders she has behind her.
Yeah, definitely a good point there. Not mentioning the fielders, but there's a throw out there from Aubrey Lascala. Peacock caught stealing at third base. Not sure why she would go. I mean, you are up 4-1. You want to press the issue a little bit, but good play there. And again, Jess Naffy over there at third base making plays down that corner. So now Berard's got those two outs and no one on. So that was a good all-around play there. Lascala got her head up, threw it right on the money. Naffy right where she needed to be to make that tag. Good for her to make that tag. You see a lot of fielders miss that sometimes as Berard gets a swing and a miss. Strike two. We'll go to 1-2. Now Berard working quickly, trying to get out of the inning. Upstairs and outside for ball two. Count to 2-2. Next pitch is swung on and missed. So good defensive inning for Conwell-Egan. Let's see if that momentum carries to the offense. 4-1 Huberts going to the bottom of the third. Bovit back on the mound for Hubert. She'll face Deanna Porter, the first baseman. Leading off the inning for Egan, trying to get some offensive momentum back. As that first pitch is a ball, the 1-0. Bovit started, she's done good in this game, but she started most of her at bats behind 1-0, 2-0, even 3-0. So, see how she handles this inning. Her third inning of work now. Pitch to Deanna Porter is driven into left field. It is going to fall foul. Can't really tell where it's going to fall until it hits the ground from up here in the football booth, but thought that one had a bit of distance as well as being fair, but it'll be called foul. And count will go to 1-1.
Hopefully, Deanna can straighten that out and get a nice double to start the inning.
Yeah, double any base runner would be good to start the inning as that pitch is in there for a strike. Count to 1-2. Now the pitch from Bovit is grounded to short, gathered and thrown to first in time. Got one out on a nice routine ground ball to the shortstop, fielded cleanly around. And next up, Grace Bellardo, the left fielder. First pitch to Bellardo from Bovit is upstairs, bounced out of the glove of the catcher there. And it'll be ball one, so another Egan batter starting ahead in the count here. Next pitch is driven into the gap in right center. That's going to fall for a hit. Bellardo rounding second. She is going to head to third. Bit of a premature call there by myself, but Bellardo will get to third regardless. So there is a a 2-out triple. I think that was actually a 1-out triple. Scoreboard's off, but Grace Bellardo getting in scoring position. Now Egan cannot let this opportunity go to waste at all.
Yeah, maybe we can get a steal on home here. We've seen twice so far this inning. One pitch pop out the glove and another get behind the catcher. So hopefully we can get lucky with one of those.
That's how the next batter, Aubrey Lascala, scored last game. Good read on a ball popping out of the catcher's glove, and now, yes, the catcher does have to be really careful here with Bellardo over there at third. As first pitch was fouled back from Lascala, start 0-1. Next pitch from Bovit is driven the opposite way. It's going to fall foul. A lot of foul balls hit down that left field line. Even Lascala, left-handed bat, hitting an opposite way that way.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the wind or if it's just the sweet spot of this pitcher here, but certainly we've seen it with a lot of our batters today.
Yeah, big gap in right center. I'd like to see her hit it that way. Instead, grounds it to third. Throw to first, pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Lascala has gotten an infield hit. Not sure if that would be scored an error or hit, but Lascala had some wheels going down the line, and now we got runners on the corner, one out, with Lauren Berard coming up, and a dangerous hitter here in this situation for Bovit. So let's see what Lauren Berard can do here. Shows bunt, pulls back. Lascala's going to head over to second with no throw from the catcher. Looked like she barely even saw Lascala take off. Now 2 runners in scoring position, and a base hit does even more damage with Lascala now at second. Here's that 1-0 pitch. Berard drives it opposite way. It will, excuse me, not opposite way. She'll pull it. I'll go foul. So another ball hit down that left field line. It's a pretty good gap in left center field. Like to see if Berard can drop one right there between those 2 fielders. Next pitch is right there for strike 2. So count will go to 1-2 now. Berard got to tighten up with 2 strikes on. Definitely cannot afford a strikeout. You need at least a productive out of the hitter in this situation. Another foul ball. Good of her to stay alive. One-two pitch from Bovit to Berard. Bounced out of the glove of the catcher. Thought it hit Berard for a minute, but didn't roll enough for Bellardo to take off, and count will even to 2-2. Here's that 2-2 pitch. Egan's dugout getting loud. Got a lot of energy. Want to at least cut into this lead here. Next pitch is grounded foul again, so Berard's staying alive here, putting some pressure on Bovit and the Hubert defense. Bova comes back up to the rubber with that 2-2 pitch. Berard grounds it to third base, and third baseman went back to tag the runner that was already on third, and Berard's just going to reach first, and now it's bases loaded for Jess Naffy. Not really sure what the third baseman was thinking there. Bellardo didn't even move off the bag as the pitch was thrown, and that's bases loaded for Jess Naffy, who's 1 for 1.
That's some really nice base management right there of Bellardo staying on the bag, especially with their in scoring position and the bases loaded. Hopefully we can get some action right here and hopefully take the lead.
Yeah, leading run at the plate in Naffy. Count 1-0, big swing there. Just missed that ball, fouls it back. Count to 1-1. But yeah, excellent uh base running there by Bellardo, or should I say not base running, just kind of ground ball right to her, just didn't move off the bag at all, stayed right where she needed to be, and ended up paying off. No throw over the first. Berard safe, bases loaded now. 1-1 is outside. 2-1. And if you're Egan, you absolutely need at least one. I'd even go as far as to say at least 2 runs here in this situation, because Lascala's pretty speedy over there at second. And if you're Bovit, you cannot walk in a run here. That would be detrimental as Nappy hits it the opposite way, and it is caught by the second baseman, literally right at her. Good contact there, just really unfortunate that it was right at someone. And now the burden of trying to get a run home is going to come to Grace Kelly. She's been great in the field. Can she get it done with her bat? Bases loaded, 2 outs. Egan down by 3, 4-1 Huberts. Pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. The 0-1 is outside for ball one. Good eye there by Kelly, not swinging at that one. The 1-1 coming home. Oh, just got a piece. That's unfortunate. Grace Kelly offered at it, but pulled her bat back, and the ball just got a piece of her bat. So that's a foul ball and a strike. Gets the count to 1-2. Big spot here for Bovit, trying to get out of what was bases loaded, 1 out without surrendering a run. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Good laying off of that riser. Count 2-2. 2-2 coming home. Popped up, and it will fall behind the dugout. Looked like it was going to stay in play for a minute, but definitely not in play. All the way behind Hubert's dugout. Count will stay at 2-2.
We were talking about intense situations earlier, and talk about intense. I mean, we got bases loaded, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I mean, nothing gets the heart pumping like this.
Kelly drives another one foul. Good of her staying in this at bat, and yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, down by 3 with the bases loaded. In what was 1 out, bases loaded. You just gotta get something home here. Grace Bellardo triple to lead off the inning, and do not want to leave that run there. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. So Kelly really putting bat on ball here to stay alive. It's looking like a pretty promising at bat too. Hopefully she'll be able to sit on a pitch now. Hopefully put it in play. Outfielders playing straight away at their left, right, and center positions. So not too big of a gap between them, but still a big enough gap to get a run or two home. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again from Bovit to Kelly. Lines it into left field. That's going to get in. Lascala's coming home, and she will score. Grace Kelly, a 2 RBI double. Aubrey LaScala and Grace Bellardo score, and it's Grace Kelly with the big hit that's going to get Conwell-Egan back in this game. It's 4-2, or 4-3, excuse me.
That is something we definitely needed right there. And right into a sweet spot. I mean, no outs off of that.
Now, Peyton Kenworthy tries to sneak a bunt in there, does not get home. I don't really agree with that call trying to bunt there, but Egan gets what they needed. They get something on the board. They deliver with runners in scoring position. Hubert's still leading 4-3, but Egan right there within one. Grace Kelly with the big hit, 2 RBI double. We'll go to the top of the fourth. Let's see if Lauren Berard can get a shutdown inning for Egan. Lauren Berard back on the mound here for Conwell-Egan after that 2-run inning. Grace Kelly's RBI double. And Lauren Berard trying to get a shutdown inning here against Cole, the next batter. Pitches outside. We'll bring the count to 2-1. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2. Count to 2-2. So Berard trying to get quick inning here, get Conwell-Egan back. Some offensive momentum. Next pitch ground foul. So I gotta hope that momentum carries over for Egan into the field and then back to the dugout when they go to bat. Berard set with the next pitch. Just outside. Thought that pitchman caught a strike earlier in the game. Count will go full to 3-2. Next pitch is low. It's gonna bounce, and looked like that one just came out of Berard's hand a bit weird. So Cole will reach via walk, and the next batter is Bonner for Huberts.
Yeah, hopefully we can avoid future pitches like that. Lauren Berard currently sitting at 16 pitches. Not too many for one inning.
Next
Pitch to
pitch
okay.
is grounded to Porter. Nobody covered. Nobody helped her out there on that one. Pandolfi stayed still. Kelly didn't really go to second. Porter had no idea where to go with that ball. So there's a avoidable situation there. And now Huberts has got 2 on with nobody out and Black coming up, the number 9 hitter.
Egan offense seems to be slacking a little bit here. Sorry, defense.
First pitch to Black was outside for ball one. Berard coming over that next pitch. Black scores the bunt and pulls it back. Count to 2-0. Black squares the bunt again. This time she offered. It will be strike one. Count to 2-1. Next pitch, Black will pull back the bunt, and now Berard's got it 3-1. And 3-1, no outs, 2 runners on. This is not a good situation for Lauren Berard. Definitely not what she wanted after that inning for Egan. You want to hold the 1-run deficit. And next pitch is outside, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. And back to the top of the order with the pitcher Bova due up.
Seem to be having a little bit of an unfortunate trend here among the Egan pitchers. As we saw earlier, Caitlin had a good first inning and then a little bit of a unfortunate second inning. And then now, as it seems, Lauren had a good first inning pitched, and then seems to things seem to be taking a turn for the worst here with 0 outs and bases loaded.
So if it's not too unfortunate here, Egan limits the damage, or maybe they'll get out of it. Who knows? As Bova will square the bunt, pulls back, swings, and fouls. So 0-1 count to start. It's very important to get Bova out without giving up a run. And a strikeout would be perfectly ideal, but you can also get a force out at home with the bases loaded. As the 0-1 pitch. Gets away from Lascala, and the runner's going to come home and score. And that is something you can't have happen if you're Lascala behind the plate. She looks like she didn't get her body behind the ball enough. The ball was sinking to the back foot of Bova, the right-handed batter, and Scala didn't really trace it with her body. You got to try to put your chest behind that. She just dropped her glove down, bounced around her glove, and now Huberts got a 2-run lead. It's 5-3. Runners now on second and third, and that gets rid of that force out at home too. So very unfortunate for Egan, as the count is 2-1. Next pitch is outside, 3-1. So Berard now struggling to find the strike zone a little bit. There's a throw over to third base. Runner back there. All right. Here's the 3-1. Bunted foul. That'll go full to 3-2. And now, if you're Berard, you really need that strikeout. This is perfect opportunity to get it, but also high risk with 3 balls. 3-2 pitch is low and inside, ball 4. So Berard misses her spot, and bases are loaded again with nobody out for Rocks.
Egan in another rocky situation here.
Yeah, definitely a tough situation for Egan as that first pitch misses. Berard now just struggling to find the strike zone at all here. 0-1 to 1-0 to start, excuse me. Next pitch low again, this time blocked by Lascala. Count to 2-0. Berard just doesn't really look like herself out there today. She's normally like always pounding the strike zone, always getting good pitches, good competitive pitches. Now Coach Hart's going to go out have a little conversation with her, but like I said, Berard just doesn't really look like herself out there today. Struggling, falling behind in counts, not getting first pitch strikes. Not a great angle to tell where her velocity's at today, but if I were to take a guess, that would probably be down to just an off day for her. And this is where you find out where you're a good pitcher or not. And Berard, obviously a very good pitcher, PCL, all Catholic. But this is where you really find out who you are, how you're able to deal with situations like this.
Hopefully, after this brief pause, she can just shake off all that unfortunate pitching, and hopefully we can just get a quick bounce back to end the inning. Just get any outs.
So that meeting on the mound must have done something as Berard gets that first strike into Rocks, count 2-1. Yeah, just to bounce back to the pitcher, even get the out at home as Rocks fouls that one off her foot, and Berard quickly back in the at bat, 2-2. Here's that 2-2 pitch. Pops foul again. 2-2 from Berard. I'm not sure where that pitch is, but it's called a ball. Looks 3-2 now.
Yeah, from my perspective, it looked like it went right down the middle there.
This one's grounded to Pandolfi. She will go home with it. Lascala can't hold on. It gets to the backstop. A run will score. 6-5 Huberts, and everyone's safe, and there are still no outs.
Might be seeing a little bit of a loss of motivation among the fielders here. But just because we're down doesn't mean we're out yet. I mean, we're only down by about 3 runs right now. So hopefully we can get a bounce back and quick end to this inning.
Yeah, it needs something to pick up the momentum and get us back in the game. Just looked like Pandolfi spiked that one, held onto it a little too long, and threw it in the dirt. Not something Lascala can really do about that one. As next pitch home gets by Lascala again, and another run will score. It's now 7-3 Huberts, and there's another one. Lascala just put her glove out, didn't get a leg, a body part behind it at all. Just go to the backstop. Unfortunately for me, I'm about to lose Ed Lahr. He's got to go to work. Fortunately, broadcasting isn't his only job, so it's just going to be me the rest of the way here. That little discussion at the plate with the umpire count will be 1-1, and Huberts has kind of exploded in this inning, put up 7 runs. Berard unable to bounce back. Next pitch swung on and missed, strike 2, count to 1-2. Ed's always been the camera guy here. I've never actually worked the camera, so gonna apologize in advance if it's not as clean as it would be if he were here. So next pitch is low, not there. Count to 2-2. Next pitch driven into right field. It's gonna get past Bellardo and go to the wall. Multiple runs will score. The bases will clear, and Huberts has exploded in this inning. A 3-run double. And Egan just kind of falling apart this inning. The score is wide open now, and looked to be a promising comeback has kind of been thwarted here by Huberts. So a rocky second inning of work for Lauren Berard. Not something you want to see out of her. And as you can re-enter players here, Caitlin Lahr is going to come back out to the mound and try to clean up this mess somewhat. It's now 9-3 Huberts. It was 4-3. Egan got some momentum in their half of the third, but top of the fourth has been all Huberts. 9-3 now, put up 5 runs this inning. Still nobody out too, which is very unfortunate for Egan. And yeah, just not a good showing here. So now we're back to the action. Caitlin Lark back on the mound. Runner at second for Huberts. First pitch is low, blocked by Lascala. Count to 1-0. One 0 pitch is there for a strike. That pitch looked like it has been called a ball a couple of times, called both ways. But this time it's called a strike. It'll even up the count at 1-1. Now that 1-1 pitch bunted right in front of the plate, but it's going to be foul. Count will go to 1-2. One-two pitch from Lar. Need to get this out here. Outside, trying to get her to chase. Runner dancing off second. Counted 2-2. And you're Caitlin Lar. You can't really fool around here. There's been enough damage this inning. You got to limit it. Got to leave it where it is. 2-2 pitch is driven the opposite way, but foul. Lots of foul balls put on by these hitters today on both sides. Egan hitting a lot down the left field line. Huberts now hitting one right. And count will stay at 2-2. Next pitch from Lard is driven back up the middle. It's going to fall. Kenworthy up and throwing home. It's going to get by Lascala. And another run's going to score. A rough inning for the Egan defense. As another run is scored, it is now 10-3. And that's one, if I'm Avery Kenworthy, I'd want to hold on to that one, give it back to the pitcher. It did not look like the runner was going to move from third base. Looked like it was just going to be runners on the corners, but that overthrow gave her the perfect opportunity to score. And now Egan, runner on second, nobody out. 10-3 now. Huberts ahead. Are the pitch. Down low. 1-0. At this point, if you're Egan, you just need an out any way you can get it. 1-0 is down low. Count 2-0 now. Two zero. Bunted right back to Lars. She's going to throw to Pandolfi covering first, and there's that first out. Now a throw over to third will sneak past Grace Kelly covering third, and that's going to result in another run coming home. They got the force out at first. Runner was going to third. Ball gets by. That counts as a pass ball, and a run will come home. So now 11-3 Huberts, and looked like they prevented another run. And now Egan's gonna have a little meeting on the mound, try to get themselves back in this game. 11-3 now, massive deficit to try to overcome. I mean, it is only the top of the fourth. We'll see what they can do, but this is not a place you want to be if you're Egan. If you're Egan. Here we go with the next batter. Lar set. Comes home and it's outside. Another first pitch ball. She was so good at getting the first pitch strike in her last start, and even in the first inning of this game, and looks like she's just out of whack as well as Berard today. Just not a good day for the Egan pitchers. Next pitch is served into short left. Peyton Kenworthy makes an excellent catch there. And that was something they needed. Needed someone to make a play. And Peyton Kenworthy comes up with that catch. Was not an easy play by any means. Had to come sprinting in, almost make a basket catch like a football. But got to get the out any way possible now. 11-3 as there are now 2 outs. And Lar looking to get out of the inning here. First pitch. Another low ball. Can't tell if she's trying to get them to swing first pitch or if she's missing her spot, but Huberts hitters aren't biting here as the 1-0 pitch. Same spot, low again, count 2-0. Next pitch. Low again, just not getting good lift on the ball here as 3 straight low pitches gets the count 3-0. Now the 3-0 is in there for strike 1, so good of Lar to get that strike and make it somewhat of a competitive at bat. Let's see if she can make it 3-2 now. That same spot that's been going both ways now goes for a ball. And now we got a walk with 2 outs. First pitch from Lar is in there for strike 1. Now she's got that first pitch strike. Let's see if she can build off that. Hopefully get a little bit of momentum from that. As the 0-1 pitch coming home is in there for strike 2. Runner going to second. Kelly overcaught the ball, but unable to put a tag on as it's a stolen base. And you're Caitlin Lar, you don't really want to worry about that runner at second. You just want to get the batter at the plate out as the count is 0-2. Can she get it done here? The 0-2 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Pandolfi bobbled it. And they'll be safe. And the runner's coming home. And she is safe. Just a defensive nightmare today for Conwell-Egan. As another run comes home. And it's 12-3 Huberts. Pandolfi didn't necessarily need to get up and throw to first. She made a good effort to block the ball and keep it in the infield, but runner was very aggressive and headed home, forced that throw. Now here's the first pitch from Lar. Offered bunt. Did not offer out, excuse me, pulled it back. Count is 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Outside. 2-0. Two-zero pitch is in there for strike 1. Laura will get back in that at bat with that strike right there. Count 2-1. See if she can build and get another strike on. Next pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. First swing and a miss I've seen in a good bit from the Egan pitchers, and now the count is 2-2. with 2 outs. Can Caitlin Lahr finally end this inning? Pitch is popped up. Porter calling off, and she makes the catch. Good job by Deanna Porter to stay on that one and make the catch, but not before an 8-run inning by Huberts went into the inning 4-3, came out 12-3. Big hole to climb out of if you're Egan. Let's see if they can chip away at it as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Huberts up 12-3. So now, if there is one place for Conwell-Egan you want to start us with the top of your order, that will be Avery Kenworthy leading off. And I've said this multiple times in baseball and softball broadcasts. You got to start somewhere. As Kenworthy serves this one, it'll go foul. But yeah, if you're Conwell-Egan, you're down by. You gotta just start somewhere. If you're Conwell-Egan, you can't just take your foot off the gas and give up. You gotta have some heart here, especially on your senior night. You don't want to remember it like this. You want to remember going out fighting if you go out at all. Next pitch to Kenworthy is outside for ball one. Count even at 1-1. Next pitch to Avery Kenworthy, the 1-1 from Bovit, is tapped back to the mound. Bovit will throw over. There's a quick out. And kind of an unfortunate way to start the inning with a fast out. As now Ange Pandolfi will come up. First pitch to Pandolfi is grounded right side. Throw to first is not in time. So Pandolfi an infield single, and said it multiple times already. Got to start somewhere if you're Egan. So they got a base runner with 1 out and Deanna Porter coming up. First pitch to her is skied foul. Can't hear it on the broadcast, but Egan's dugout still got energy. Let's hope that can transmit over to the bats. As the 0-1 pitch to Porter is grounded into right field. That's going to be a base hit. So back-to-back singles for Egan. They got 2-1 with 1 out. And Grace Bellardo, she had a triple her last time up. So never say never in high school softball, as Egan down big, but looking to do something here. First pitch popped up behind the second base bag, makes the catch. And it will go to 2 outs. Runners on first and second with catcher Lascala coming up. Gotta at least get a run in inning now if you're Egan. You don't want to fall too behind and not do anything about it when you have an opportunity like this with the runner in scoring position. Pandolfi's going to take off for third. She's going to get there, a double steal on, no throw from the catcher. So now you got 2 runners in scoring position. Pandolfi at third, Porter at second. And you hope that a hit from Lascala can get maybe 2 runs in. Just need Lascala to deliver here. Pitch from Bovit is swung on and missed. Foul tip into the glove, rather. And count will go 1-1. Set with the pitch. Scala taps it. Catcher will field it, and it will be called foul by the umpire. So Scala puts some foul balls down here as the count is 1-2. So if she can straighten one out, maybe put it in the infield. There's some good spacing between each of the middle infielders in the second base bag. Maybe left-handed bat can pop it right up the middle. Get a run home, force an errant throw, get a second run home. Let's see though. Here's that pitch. She'll ground it right side. It'll leak into left field for a base hit. Porter did a very good job reading that and stayed at second, not wanting to get tagged out there. So good cautious base running, and Egan gets one back. It is 12-4. Now Lauren Berard had a shaky trip to the mound. Let's see if she can make up for it with her bat here. Runners on first and second. First pitch is inside for ball one. Here's the first pitch. Popped up left side. Is going to go out of play and foul. Here is the 1-1 to Berard now. Bova comes home. Berard drives it into short left field. Left fielder comes in, makes the catch, but it's only one, but Egan gets one back. It is 12-4. See if Caitlin Lahr comes back out to the mound here as Huberts will try to extend and get even more runs on the board. It is 12-4, Huberts leading. It will be Caitlin Lahr back on the mound for Egan. If there was ever a time for a shutdown inning, now would probably be that time. First pitch from Lahr is grounded over to Naffy at third. She'll throw across. Porter handles that one, and good play all around from Naffy and Porter. Naffy's been pretty good over there at third base today. Excellent to see her bounce back, and then Porter making a couple shaky plays at first base last inning. Part of that just rough all around inning for Egan. Good to see her secure that one over there first for a quick first out of the inning. Now here's the first pitch from Lahr to the next batter. It is poked the other way. Porter going to give it a look, and it is out of play. Good effort there to get all the way up to the fence, but ball on the walkway over there out of play. So count will start 0-1. Next pitch from Lar is grounded to third again. Naffy has it. Over to first, and we got 2 quick outs. That's what you want if you're Egan, 2 quick outs, and Naffy finding a rhythm over there at third base. Same with Berard over there at, not Berard, excuse me, Porter over there at first. Able to secure those 2 quick outs. So Lar trying to get a really fast inning here. His first pitch is in there for strike 1. Next pitch, low for ball 1. Count evens to 1-1. Here is the next pitch. It is grounded to first, and Porter takes it herself. So that's the inning you want and need if you're Conwell-Egan, and they get it. Still down 12-4. Let's see if they can chip away going to the bottom of the 5th. So it will be Jess Naffy leading off. Had a good game today. A couple plays at third base, a hit, and a very hard out over to second base. Line drive was right at second baseman. Can't really get too mad at that out. As the first pitch to her is upstairs for ball 1. And talking about energy, I know Ed was talking about that earlier. Egan's dugout has not lost any of that energy. Still right up to the gate, clapping, doing their chants. They want to come back and win this game. Let's just see if they have the ability to, as the next pitch is upstairs 2-0. See if they can work Bovin a little bit here. Get her behind in counts like they do right now. They have it right now 2-0 to start. Get the first batter on base, and then just go from there. Got to get more batters up, more pitches for Bovit, tire her out. Next pitch inside, 3-0. So Naffy taking some pitches here. She's had a hot stick so far, swinging it well, and not hesitating to just lay back and let Bovit throw the ball. See what she can do here. She should get back in this at bat, and she does not. It's a leadoff 4-pitch walk for Jess Naffy, and Egan, that's where you want to start. Got to start somewhere. I don't know how many times I have said that, but it's true. Can't score 12 runs in one batter, one inning even. I mean, it is possible, but very unlikely. You can't look at an inning and say, "Oh, we're going to go out there and we're going to get every single run back right now." You can't do that. You got to look at it inning by inning and say, "All right, we're going to get a couple runs this inning, couple runs next inning, work in a bigger inning in there, and then just go from there." Now, Grace Kelly had that big hit not last inning, excuse me, 2 innings ago. That 2-run double looked like Egan was going to come back and tie the game up there. Ended up not. Only down 4-3 at that point. She's back up. Pitch gets by the catcher, and Naffy's going to pull in a second. So runner in scoring position. Excuse me, that's actually not Jess Naffy over there at second. Must have put in a pinch runner. That is Orlo Jacoby out there pinch running for Naffy. Let's see if just a speed element or if we're getting a fielding change. Keep you updated on that one. Next pitch upstairs for ball one. One. Kelly drives it opposite way. That's going to fall. Jacoby's going to hold off at third. Good decision. Left fielder got there quickly. And for Grace Kelly, it's a 2-hit day. So good to see her bat coming alive. A couple of broadcasts I've had, she hasn't done all that much offensively, but excellent to see the younger players getting good swings like that in. And her defense has been excellent all year. So, like I said earlier in the broadcast, bright spotlight player there for Egan for the future. Now here's Peyton Kenworthy, and Grace Kelly's going to take second base. Catcher not even really throwing there for Huberts. Hasn't given a look to any runners going. So now Egan's got 2 on, nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position, I might add. Peyton Kenworthy speedy over there at the plate. She's got the count 0-1. Going to watch another one go high. Count goes to 1-1. She's dropped a bunt unsuspectingly on the Huberts fielders a couple of times. I would be very surprised if she does it a third time in a row. Is the third baseman for Huberts, can't really see that there, is pinched in. Now she swings at one, fouls it back. But yeah, on this angle, you can see Huberts' third baseman pinching way up. That's where Kenworthy's bunted it a couple times. But now she's got the count 1-2. Got to protect here. Good foul ball, good swing there, but not in play. Now here's that 1-2 pitch. She pokes it opposite way. It's going to go foul. Definitely a lot of energy in that Egan dugout. They want this one really badly here. Count at 1-2 to Kenworthy. Upstairs, 2-2. Ovit ready with the 2-2 home. Poked foul. Lots of foul balls put on by hitters on both sides this game. Now here is the 2-2. Pops it up, fouled again. See, Peyton Kenworthy really wants this at bat here. She's staying alive. She wants to see a lot of pitches here and definitely working Bovit a little bit. Got to imagine she's getting tired here. 4 innings of work, now it's into her 5th inning. A lot of pitches thrown as a result of those foul balls. Here's the pitch, 2-2. Kenworthy taps it right side. She gets to first, but she's out. A run will come home and score. Ball gets by the catcher. Kelly smartly held up over there at third base, so Egan gets another run back, but it's a sacrifice ground outfielder's choice there. Score is now 12-5, so like I said, can't get it all back in one go. You're going to chip away at it. Exactly what Egan's trying to do here. Now Peyton's sister, Avery Kenworthy, up to bat. Watches first pitch outside. Her and Ange Pandolfi had those back-to-back doubles to start the game. Looked like Egan might be all over Bovit, but she's done a good job to limit the damage. Has given up 5 runs, though, but her offense has helped her out immensely. Up 12. And Avery Kenworthy's got the count 1-0 right now in her favor. Here's the pitch. She taps it right side. It'll go foul. Here is the now 1-1 pitch after that foul ball. Drives it into center. That's going to fall. Another run's going to come home. Grace Kelly steps across the plate. 12-6. Kenworthy with that RBI single. So Egan's offense starting to find a bit of groove here. Really following that mentality of just getting a couple away and chipping away at the lead. Still only 1 out. Kenworthy at first. Ange Pandolfi now at the plate. Watches a first pitch ball. One 0 pitch is hacked foul. Big swing there by Pandolfi. Count will even to 1-1. One from Bovit to Pandolfi is in there for strike two. Now 1-2. Big spot for both hitter and pitcher. Dan's trying to get on, extend the inning. Bovit trying to get that all-important second out. Get out of the inning. Here's the pitch. And Dolphy lines it right at the second baseman. She'll make the catch. Decent contact, not a perfect line drive, but thought I had a chance to sneak into the outfield. Right at the second baseman instead. And there's 2 outs now for Deanna Porter. See if she can make something happen there with 2 outs. First pitch misses for ball 1, count 1-0. The 1-0 is driven into right, going back. It's over her head, and it'll hit the gate. Kenworthy coming home to score. Porter pulling into second, and there's an RBI double. 12-7. Don't look now, but Egan's starting to stack some runs in their innings. Grace Bellardo coming up now. It's another good drive by Porter into that left field. Not enough for a home run, but still gets a run home. Next pitch gets past the catcher, and Porter's going to pull into third. So now if you're Grace Bellardo, just poke it into the outfield, and it's 12-8. This is an inning Conwell-Egan desperately needed, even if they only stop at 7 here. 2 outs, 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2. Count 2-0. Here's the pitch. Bellardo lines it into left. It's foul. And that angle over there is really deceiving. I keep thinking that some of these balls lined into left field are fair. They're all pretty much foul, except obviously the couple doubles that way, but ball looked like it was dangerous until it lands a few feet to the other side of the chalk. Now count is 2-1 to Bellardo. Here's the pitch. She'll pop it foul again. 2-2 coming home now from Bova to Bellardo. She'll ground it foul. Again, that Left field line thought it had a chance, stayed foul, however. And Egan's making Bovit work here, throwing a lot of pitches in her 4 2/3 innings work. See if Bovit can get out or Bellardo can keep the inning alive and get another run home. 2-2. Inside. Ball 3 got away from the catcher, but rolls up the third base line. Porter obviously not going to run home on that ball. But here we go. 3-2 pitch now to Bellardo. Tough spot for Bovit. Here's a pitch. Bellardo taps it down that line again. Foul. Got to get on base to keep the inning alive. 3-2 pitch from Bovit is inside for ball 4. So Grace Bellardo makes Bovit work. Eventually ends up giving up the walk. Up next is Aubrey Lascala, the catcher. See what she can do. Runners on the corners. Bellardo's going to easily go to second there. Runners for Egan are now reading that Huberts' catcher doesn't really like to throw. Hasn't thrown down to second once on a steal. So they're going to take second base now. 2 runners in scoring position for Lascala. Next pitch home is poked the other way. It's going to go foul. And even those balls that are well out of play, that one went off the dugout of Huberts. Just always catches my mind for a second that I think it's going to be fair, and it just goes foul. So, like I said, a lot of pitches putting on Bovit here. Here's the next pitch. Serves it into center. It's going to fall. It's going to go pretty much up to the wall. 1 run's going to score. Here comes Bellardo and Lascala pulling into second. Clapping her hands. That's 2 more runs home. It is 12-9 now. In a game that a lot of people thought could have been over after that 1 inning from Huberts. It's now 12-9. You know, only down by 3. Hubert's having a little meeting at the mound here, and what an inning from Conwell-Egan. I said that you're just going to want to chip away and not really want to not really think of that big inning, but Egan's put up that big inning. 12-9 in a thriller here so far. Like I said, you don't want to remember your senior night. Look back as one that just kind of laid over and died. Egan is going down fighting if they're going to go down at all here. Scala's now on second. See if she takes third with Berard up. First pitch in there for a strike. Lascala taking a pretty good secondary lead, but will come back to the plate. Not the plate, excuse me, second base. Next pitch way upstairs. It'll go to the backstop. Lascala into third now, and single scores a run if you're Lauren Berard. One. Berard pokes it to the shortstop. She'll throw across and get the out. Not sure how routine that ground ball could have been. Maybe something happening there, but that is an inning you desperately need if you're Egan. Bottom of the 5th, putting up a good bit of runs there. Gets the score 12-9. Go to the top of the 6th. Caitlin Lauren needs a shutdown inning here for sure. Let's see if she can get it. So it will be Caitlin Lahr looking for that mentioned shutdown inning, top of the sixth. Egan will have bottom of the sixth and the bottom of the seventh if necessary. Here we go. First pitch from Caitlin Lahr in there for a strike, and let's hope all that offensive momentum will carry over to Caitlin Lahr on the mound and the defense to make clean plays, get those outs, and get right back to the dugout. You don't want to waste time in the field when you're feeling hot at the bat. Next pitch driven right side. It's going to go well out of play. Quickly 0-2 now. How amazing would this be to look back on your senior night and remember a comeback like this? I don't want to announce or jinx or anything, but that would be quite incredible if you're Conwell-Egan. 0-2 pitch. Tapped right side. Naffy. Over to first in time. Man, that one game, she looked very unstable out there. I cannot say how well she's looked here today. She has been incredible over there at third base. Nothing has gotten past her. She's knocked everything down, held on to every ball, and made clean plays. Excellent job from her today. Needed her to step up, and she has answered the call. Now another pitch from Lahr to the batter is outside for ball one. Count will start 1-0. Next pitch. Grounded to Neffy again. Knocks it down and doesn't get the throw off. Bit of a difficult play for her to make there. Still good to knock it down and keep it in front of her. But that'll be an infield hit. And Huberts now has one on with one out. Double play is in order if you're Egan. So have in the back of your mind. Squares to punt. Now pulls back. Lascala throws behind over there at first. Looked like runner was gonna had a big secondary lead there. Looked like she might take that jump to second base. Lascala was ready regardless. Got her right back to the bag. Now 1-0 pitch from Lahr. It's foul. So 1-1 pitch is in there for strike two. I was about to say if he called that one a ball, that would have been really interesting, but gets that strike call. Count 1-2 now. Caitlin Lahr looking for out number two. Your count is 1-2. She get it done. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her. Another throw behind by Lascala. Runner back safely, but that was an excellent riser by Caitlin Lahr. Just started at the hands, went right up out of the zone. Batter bites on it. And we got two outs here with that runner still on first. It's be huge for Egan. Getting a lot of momentum if they can get this done here. First pitch from Lahr. Upstairs. Ball one. Lascala coming fully up. Standing upright after every pitch. Wants to be in a position to throw that ball over to second or first, depending on how far the runner gets off the bag. Good to see she's monitoring that as the next pitch home is not there for ball two. So Lahr will fall behind 2-0 here. Start this at bat. Next pitch. Swing and a pop up. Kelly drifts back and she's got it. Kelly looked a bit shaky there, but she gets that out. And another good inning by the Egan defense. And they're going to go back to the bats in the bottom of the sixth with a lot of momentum behind them. It was 12-3. Now it's 12-9. See if Egan can tie it up or take the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. All right, so it's still Bovit's game here in the bottom of the sixth. Egan has had quite the last couple innings at bat, putting up 9 runs to bring it to a 9-12 game. Looks like that's Jess Snaffy. A bit hard to tell from back here. First pitch is low for ball 1. Yes, that is Jess Snaffy. See if she can follow up her defense and her single earlier in the game with something to stir the pot here. Next pitch hacked the other way. Right fielder will make the catch. So not bad contact, just right at someone. As there's one quick out in the bottom of sixth. Grace Kelly coming up has the RBI in I think it was the 4th inning. For the 3rd inning, excuse me. 2-run RBI back then. She'll serve one right back up the middle. That's going to fall for a base hit. So Grace Kelly with a 3-hit day in a double and 2 singles to her credit, as well as some defense over there at short. As runner is on with 1 out. Like Coach Hart's having a bit of a discussion with the umpire. Not sure if she's making a lineup change or pinch hitter or something, but no, it will be Peyton Kenworthy coming to the plate in her normal number 9 spot. It would be huge if she can get on and advance the runner here in the bottom of the 6th. There's 1 out. You gotta think that Bovit's tired here after this many pitches, this many foul balls. Shows bunt, immediately pulls back. It's in there for strike 1. Yeah, 5 1/3 innings work for Bovit. 9 runs given up, and a lot of foul balls. The Egan hitters are battling. Chris Bunt now pulls back. Awkward swing there. Gets strike 2. And if you're Peyton Kenworthy, you don't want to do a quick strikeout here. You're going to get out at all. You want it to be a productive out, but even if you're not going to do that, you don't want a quick strikeout. You want to make Bovit work to get you out. You don't want to lay over there. Here's the next pitch. Upstairs, count to 1-2. Just don't want to roll over and die. I was saying that earlier about Egan's team in general. They have not done that. They are fighting back here. Here is the 1-2 from Bovit. Upstairs, 2-2. From behind Kelly, ball leaks by the first baseman. Kelly was diving back to the bag. Wouldn't have been close to getting to second. Easily would have been thrown out there. So good of her to stay right where she's at. Got to play conservative, but not too conservative at this point in the game. You need to be aggressive, but not stupidly aggressive as Kenworthy. Nice foul there to stay alive. Yeah, can't be too stupidly aggressive. Don't want to give yourself up and give the other team free outs. As Egan has 5 outs to work with here, counting the bottom of the 7th. 1 out here. Count of 2-2 to Peyton Kenworthy. Can she get on base? Pitch is, it's outside. Looked like that could have been a strike. And now she'll work that count full. So had 2 quick strikes on her and has worked the count back. 3-2. Bovit on the mound. Here's the pitch. Drives it opposite way. It will fall foul. And Egan's dugout has a lot of juice right now. You can hear them pretty clearly from all the way out here. Will it give Peyton Kenworthy's bat some life? Here's the pitch. She grounds it up the middle. It's a slow roller, and everyone's going to be safe. A slow roller that barely got by the pitcher. Second baseman probably could have made an effort to charge that one. Does not, and everybody is safe. Kelly to second, Kenworthy to first. Top of the order with Avery Kenworthy coming up. Here is the first pitch to her. Upstairs, ball one. Now to mention it, at this point in the game, 12-9, Avery Kenworthy represents the tying run. Almost didn't think we'd get to that point the way Hubert's offense was clicking, but here we are, tying run at the plate. Next pitch from Bovit is in there for a strike, a little low. Count will go to 1-1. Still only one out. Got to be wary of a possible double play ball if you're Egan. Can't get a fast ground ball right to a middle infielder. Here's the next pitch. She'll ground it. It will leak into right field. Kelly took the turn, holds up. Like I said, can't be too aggressive. But here we go. Bases loaded. Ange Pandolfi up. And she is the leading run at the plate. Incredible job by Egan to even get to this point where a leading run could be represented in the game. As it is bases loaded, one out. Here's the pitch. It is in there for strike one. And Dolphy has doubled in her first at bat. Can she replicate that here? 0-1 in there for strike two. That's that same outside spot that's been going both ways today. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Pandolfi. Hacks it into right field. It's going to fall and go to the wall. One run scores. Here comes Peyton Kenworthy. She's going to score. And oh my goodness, Conwell-Egan is only down by one. It is 12-11 in the bottom of the sixth inning. One out. Avery Kenworthy on third. Ange Pandolfi on second. What an incredible comeback by Conwell-Egan on senior night as well. Now a meeting at the mound for Huberts. Maybe Ed Lar was a bit of a bad luck charm in the booth. As soon as he leaves, Egan's offense starts to click. I'm a superstitious guy, so it's the best thing I can think of there. Now the leading run at second for Deanna Porter. She'll foul that one back. Count 0-1. Next pitch from Bovit. Big swing and a foul back. 0-2 now. If you're Egan, you come this far, you cannot just stop hitting at this point. You need to keep going. All the momentum in their corner now. Looked like they were dead and gonna just keep giving up runs. Down by almost 10 at one point. They've erased that here. Down by one now. Now Porter will foul this one behind Egan's dugout. Stays 0-2, but down from 12-3. Make it 12-11 now. That in itself is an incredible accomplishment, but it's not enough realistically in the world of sports. Doesn't matter unless you win. Egan trying to do that here with one out and two runners in scoring position. Porter grounds it right at the shortstop. Throw across the diamond is in time, so unfortunate that couldn't leak into center. Good ground ball contact by Porter. Try to have to force the fielder to make a play, and now we got two outs for Grace Pillardo. She's been swinging the bat well these last couple at-bats. Can she get the one here to give Egan the lead or tie the game? First pitcher gets by. Kenworthy's going to come home, and Egan's going to tie the game. A pass ball by the catcher, ball in the dirt, and Egan has tied it at 12. Oh my goodness. You got to start somewhere. They started and they are rolling now. Next pitch is swung on and missed from Bilardo. Count to 1-1. Here's the pitch. Well inside. Count 2-1. If Egan's dugout was even a little bit unalive before, they are jumping now and going full strength. The pitch is fouled back. Count stays 2-2. Believe it's 2-2. Scoreboard's a bit delayed here. Yes, it is 2-2 with 2 outs. Can Bilardo deliver and give them the lead? Pops it up. Third base will make the catch. Fortunate for Grace Bilardo there, but Conwell-Egan down 12-3 at one point in the game. We are tied at 12, going to the top of the 7th. Can Egan hold on to this momentum and win the game? We will see. All right, so you want to talk about heart. This Conwell-Egan team definitely has it. Down 12-3, come back and tied it 12-12. Did that in their bottom half of the 6th. Now we're on the top of the 7th. Caitlin Lahr started the game, gave up 4 runs. Lauren Berard came in relief. She made it, gave up a few to make it 12-3. Lahr came back in, and she's been good ever since. Here's the pitch. Lined in the center. Avery Kenworthy's right there. Great tracking by the center fielder, Avery Kenworthy, and there's one quick out on what sounded to be some dangerous contact. Thought it might roll to the fence, be a double or something like that, but it's all right. Avery Kenworthy is there, gets 1 out on the board. Next batter up, Caitlin Larset. First pitch is there for strike 1. Lahr now starting to find that first pitch strike. She had it, she lost it, had it again, lost it again. Let's hope she has it back for good now. Pitch. That same spot, I don't really know what to make of that. Goes a ball one inning, goes to strike the next inning. Probably could have called it, but here we go. 1-1 pitch. Pretty much the same spot now, goes for a strike as the count is 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch from Lar. Popped foul. And a lot of foul balls here from both sides. Both teams' hitters really, really determined to stay in these at-bats. Bat on ball to stay alive with 2 strikes. Now the 1-2 pitch again. Popped foul again. Here's the 1-2 again from Lar. Fouled back. Just got a piece of that one. Good battle here. Count remains 1-2. It is right there for a ball. It's gone for a ball. It's gone for a strike. And now it is gone back to a ball. Count 2-2 now. Umpire having to go over to the Egan dugout. Maybe a couple players a little too vocal about disagreement there. As I know I definitely would be if I were in those bleachers now. 2-2 pitch from Lar. Lines it into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. And what an unfortunate at-bat there for Caitlin Lar. She was all around the strike zone. Just apparently wasn't close enough according to the home plate umpire. So Huberts now has a runner on first with 1 out. Double play ball in order. Looks like a pinch runner is going to come in for that runner at first. All right, so pinch runner is over there at first for Huberts. Lar trying to have a short memory and get back to work here. First pitch is now called for a strike. The 0-1. Ground ball to Naffy. She goes to first, and it's in time. Another good defensive play by Naffy. She's had a lot of action her way today. Been very clean in her fielding. Good strong throw across the diamond. Good catch by Deanna Porter over there. And we got 2 outs. And if you're Caitlin Lar, don't want to give up that run. Your team just clawed you back into the game. You can't give it up now. Here's the pitch. Hit right back up the middle. They're going to send the runner and the throw home. And throw back behind her at third, and she's out. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events for Huberts. Kenworthy got the ball in quickly. Lascala fielded it well. The runner was stuck between bases. Lascala threw behind the runner at third. She couldn't get back to the base in time. Huberts would have had second and third with 2 outs. And another batter coming to the plate against Caitlin Lar. And they throw it away there. A missed opportunity for Huberts and all the momentum in Conwell-Egan's corner. Can they win it in the bottom of the 7th for the 2nd straight game? We will see when we come back. So if you're a sports player, this is a moment you live for. Conwell-Egan was down 12-3, has clawed their way back. 12-12 now, bottom of the seventh. Chance to win it. First pitch to Lascala is sent to center, and it's going to fall. She's going to pull into second, now making the turn to third. And she is in there with a leadoff triple. Aubrey Lascala having a day at the plate. The center fielder looked a little shaky out there, going for that ball. She slid, was unable to make the catch. Lascala did not look back. She kept going to third, and the winning run is at third base with Lauren Berard up. How fitting would this be on senior night for the pitcher hitter Lauren Berard to get the job done? Don't want to speak too far in advance, but here we go. Winning run at third. Swing and a miss by Berard at the first pitch. Maybe got a little too greedy there. Eyes a little too big. Got to come back to earth now. Count 0-1. Move it ready in the pitch. Fouled back quickly 0-2, but another foul ball. It's an incredible job by hitters on both teams. Got to give credit there to the Huberts side as well. Just a lot of foul balls, a lot of contact, really making these pitchers work. Both Caitlin Lahr, Bovit now for Huberts, and when Berard was in too, just making these pitchers work. Nothing's coming easy in this game. 0-2 pitch from Bovit on the way. That is that spot again. This time it's called a ball. Umpire having a lot of inconsistency on that spot right side, right by the left-handed batter's box. And the count is 1-2. Bovit set coming home. Bro just fouls it back. Man, there's so many foul balls in this game. One-two pitch. Well upstairs. 2-2. Berard lines it down the line. It's foul. Count will stay at 2-2, and more foul balls coming from the batters. With set here is another 2-2 pitch to Berard. Sends it that other way, foul. Well out of play, but had a lot of distance on that one. Just a little off on the timing. If she can even that up, get it to that perfect timing, would be great. Another 2-2 pitch. Oh, strike three. Looked right around Berard's knees, and she strikes out there with, that's the first out there. Luckily, Lascala still holding on there at third base. And now here comes Jess Naffy. She walked it off last time. Can she do it again? Pitch outside for a ball. That one right around that questionable spot, but this one much more outside. We ball one. Count starts 1-0. Pitch in there for a strike. So the count goes 1-1 now. Bovit steps up and the pitch outside. 2-1. It's like Naffy's just waiting for her pitch here, taking all three. 2 balls, 1 strike right now to her. As here's the pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. Tough spot for Bova. Grace Kelly is red hot in this game. Up next, here's the pitch. Way upstairs, ball 4. And now it will be Lascala at third, Naffy at first. And Grace Kelly swinging the bat well today. Get a chance at the plate. Just got to get the ball in the outfield. Can't think about too much here in this situation. Lascala at third. She's the winning run. Here's the pitch. Kelly shaves it off foul behind the plate. Egan base coaches talking there. Heard Huberts dugout actually called out to watch a bunt. So just something to watch out for there. Maybe Kelly tries to put down a bunt, but the way she's swinging the bat today, I could hardly imagine that. Infield does pinch in. Here is the 0-1. Lines it right side. It's going to fall in that right field line. I get a little excited whenever the ball gets down that way, thinking maybe that's the one swing there, but goes foul. Count 0-2. There's been very good 0-2 this game. Let's see what Grace Kelly can do here. Pitch is low for ball 1. 1-2. Looked like that pitch could have gone either way, but looked more of a ball than a strike from out here. Count at 1-2. Next pitch sent a mile high right side. Shortstop out, and she'll make the catch. Not a great at bat there by Kelly. Ends in a short pop up right by third base, and now here comes Peyton Kenworthy. More discussion here by Coach Hart of Conwell-Egan, third base coach, and the first base coach. Lascala still the winning run over there. Third, she tripled to start the inning. Nothing going since from Egan. A walk, and that's all. Now here's Peyton Kenworthy. Is anyone to watch a bunt from? It's her. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Couple not all too confident swings there by Peyton Kenworthy. Gotta hope she figures out some timing here with Bovit on the mound. Here we go. 0-2, 2 outs. Pitch is lined into left field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Peyton Kenworthy is the hero. And Conwell-Egan has completed an improbable comeback. They were down 12-3. Looked lifeless on the field. Looked lifeless in the batter's box. And they have just come back to stun Huberts 13-12 the final. What a senior night to remember for Conwell-Egan. I'm not sure what changed from them between that top of the 4th inning and the bottom of the 4th inning, but whatever it was, it truly sparked them to go out and win this game. Just an incredible performance. You can see them celebrating in the outfield right now. I am speechless. That was truly an incredible game to be able to call. So, for myself, Matt Sheridan, Ed Lar had color and camera earlier, had to leave. Thank you for joining us for this incredible senior night to remember for Conwell-Egan as they come from behind 12 to 3. I'm still shocked at that score. Down 12 to 3, come back to win it 13 to 12. Excellent game from them.